of rolling stock components room. First of all, this session will have 3 presentations. Okay, so according to the agenda, the first presentation will be about the TRN or Thailand Research TRN Thailand Railway Research Network. Okay. It's going to be a very short presentation, and I'm going to present it by myself. So let's get started. About the TRN, we are the group of universities, and then we try to join together, and then try to first of all, make a big survey of the research interests from each university. And joining me today is Dr. Wallop from KMUTNB. Sorry for that. KMUTNB or King Mongkut University of Technology, North Bangkok. And also many of the audiences are also in the network as well. So my presentation is going to be very brief, okay? Just only 2 pages. But what I'm trying to present here is to show you some of the research that the groups of the university is trying to do. So mostly our group will receive the so-called fundamental fund directly from the research institute from each university. So in terms of fundamental fund for each university, they have several things to do, of course, not only in railways, but all sort of research, maybe in engineering, maybe in social science or some other things. But in the groups of the university, there will be some professors or some lecturers trying to do the railway research. So the source of funding of the research that I'm going to talk is directly from the fundamental fund of the university. There will be other other types of funding, okay, within the Ministry of Universities. But of course, the next 2 presentations from Professor Rattapum and Professor Ekarat will show you, okay, the projects from another types of funding, which is what we call PMC. Okay, that will be the more advanced types of research. Okay, advanced in terms of ready for production. Okay, so in Thailand, the railway research that we are having will be mostly about the rolling stock components, okay, as the name of the group suggests. So in some university, we do the rail fastener research, okay, but mostly we'll look at the characteristic mechanical properties of the rail fastener. In others, we focus on the wayside equipment, okay, or some monitoring system for the wayside equipment, okay. And then in some universities, we focus on welding, okay, especially on the rail or the welding of the components of the rolling stock, okay. We also some of us also focus on signaling system, okay? Maybe doing some signaling system testing. This example in particular is from a university which has the former SRT engineer working as a lecturer over there. Some of us focus on the wheel and rail interaction. Okay, on wheel wear. Okay, the wear profile, or some rail contact fatigue failure. Okay, or even the rolling contact fatigue failure at the wheel set. Okay. And then some of us focus on the brake system, okay, of the railway, say the automatic brake system, okay. And then some of us do something about the coupler of the rolling stock, okay. And then also some of us do something about the brake shoe, okay, or sinter type of brake shoe. And then some of us focus study about the light rail bogie. Okay. We also look at the way to test all this equipment initially. Okay. But most of the research, not all, but most of the research will be in a very early stage of rolling stock component developments. Okay. And then next slide. So this is the example of the research topics. Sorry, it is in Thai, but this is just the samples that the group of the university. Okay, we are from several universities. So these are the funding of the university's request from the Ministry of University. Okay, as you can see, we have. Oops, sorry. Okay. We have several universities in the rolling stock components section requesting for some funding. But you can see that the amount of funding will not be very high, okay, because these are fundamental funding. Okay, these are just the fundamental funding. Okay, some may be higher than the other, but not too much, okay. You can see that the total of 11 projects, we request for only 22 million baht. Okay, very, I think it's the minimal amount of funding comparing to other types of study projects. But keep in mind that this is the fundamental fund. Okay, so we mostly look at or investigate some properties of the components, but not all the way, okay, to produce the components to be commercially available. On the other hand, some bigger project like okay, so we can from KMUTT, okay, so the reason that they will have more budget is just because they are doing more testing, okay, and the cost is just higher to do the testing in their research. But mostly, okay, most of them will be in the category of fundamental research, okay. So the main purpose of grouping together, I mean, at least we achieve some certain level of success. Okay, at least we achieve that, because at least first of all, we gather together. Okay, the researcher try to get acquainted to each other, and then at least we can show to our ministry that we can form the group of railway research. Okay, so that's the first thing that we want to do. At least, even though we are not so successful in requesting large amount of funding, but we do stay together. Okay, at least we form a group and then we create the dialogue. The dialogue is important because the dialogue is not a finished conversation. We will keep on talking. Okay, we will keep on talking, at least on friendly terms. And then what we are trying to do next is to show to the ministry that we have the group, and then we can identify expertise. Okay, we can identify expertise from each university. The other concept, which is probably is the way that we are trying to do next as well, is to pull the resources together from each universities. So, to spend a large amount of money to buy equipment for each university, doing their own interested thing would not be cost effective for the ministry. So what we are trying to do is that we will try to have all the information, the equipments from each university to put as a list. Okay, we are now doing it. We are creating the database of the equipments. We are creating the database for the expertise in railway research. And hopefully, in the near future, when we are trying to do some bigger project, that will be benefit for the country, then we have at least our information ready, to do some research for the future. So that's my brief presentation for the TRIN. So at least I show you the purpose. The next two presentations will be much more exciting. And you have seen at least I think from Professor Rattapum and Professor Ekarat that we can actually do some practical things. So I think Dr. Rattapum is ready for your presentation. And now I think the time is good. So please bring the next presentation.